Yay! What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm Alexandra Harbushka, founder of Life with Herpes. I'm excited to go live with you again today. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday. The week is almost over. It's almost Friday. It's almost party weekend time. Anyways, how is everyone doing? Yesterday we had a lot of great people on the live. You guys were asking a ton of great questions. I love when you guys ask the questions directly here. You of course can DM or you can ask in my Q&A section as well. But I love seeing your questions here. So yesterday we were talking a lot about HSV1 versus HSV2. What is the difference? How do I know which one I have? If we have it here or there, is it here? Is it there? Where is it? So let me just go over the basics, the 101 of when it comes to the HSV virus. So HSV1 is typically known as oral herpes. Typically, the HSV1 virus prefers the oral region. However, it doesn't mean that it can stay here. It can also be transmitted to the genitals. So same thing with genital, or HSV2 is typically known as genital herpes. So typically known as the herpes down there. However, it also can be transmitted orally. So it can go either way, either location. Both the viruses pretty much look and do the same thing. More people have HSV1 because, I mean, think about it. We use our mouths far more than we use our genitals, right? Like more people are going to come in contact with our oral region than our genital region. That's why HSV1 typically is much more common. 2 out of 3 people have HSV1. That's a lot of people. I'm going to say that again. 2 out of 3. So if you have you and 2 other friends, let's say, 2 of you have HSV1. That's a lot. It's a lot. We get in this concept of like, oh my gosh, I'm the only one with herpes. No one else knows. Or no one else knows what I'm going through. We feel that way. We feel isolated, but truly so many people are living with herpes. And then for HSV2, which is typically known as the genital type, but doesn't mean it's genital. HSV2 is 1 out of 6 people. So that's also extremely common. I was in a bar class. I take ballet bar. And hey from Detroit, what's up? Hey from Vegas. I was in a bar class and there were 12 people in the class. And I was like, all right, myself included and 1 other person in this class statistically have genital HSV2. Not to mention if of those 12 people, they're married. So that would be, let's just say, there's 24 people involved. So there's 24 people that would be dealing with this. Hey from Eastern Canada. What's up, Eastern Canada? I'm in Vegas. So again, HSV2 is extremely common. HSV1 is extremely common. Now, either one can go to either other region. So I talked to a ton of people. I think I had like 3 emergency calls this week. That's when I do a one-on-one call. And 2 out of 3 were genital HSV1. So like so many people are getting diagnosed down here with HSV1. Having your first outbreak ever and you're really down, I'm still trying to stay positive. I totally understand. We all understand for those of us that have herpes. It is. So you're probably in a lot of pain physically, if not emotionally. So physically, I'd recommend making sure you take care of your body. You are fighting something. You are sick. So take care of your body. Drink plenty of fluids. If you need anything for like a pain, like ibuprofen or something like that, if you're in a lot of pain. Epsom salt baths are really great. I recommend, I have these are the recovery soaks that I have. They're Epsom salt baths mixed with some other like oregano oil and other really great oils, geranium oil, chamomile oil that will help calm your nervous system, help with the pain, and help you relax. I can like smell it through here. It's so good. It sounds good too. So I recommend that. Link in the bio to check out the Secret Society Wellness products if you are wondering, but that will be really helpful for your first outbreak. It helps with the pain. It helps with soothing the wounds, and it helps calm our nervous system. Something that I didn't learn until quite recently, a couple years ago, that the herpes virus lives in our nervous system. It travels along our nerves. So when we're freaking out, when we're stressed, when we're on high alert, that's an opportunity for the herpes virus to pop up. So the more we can do to keep our nervous system like, oh, like we want that. Hi from New Zealand. What's up? So you're saying worst pain of your life. Yeah, I get it. It does get better. It does go away. It does subside. It does it does go away. Not forever. Remember, herpes is a virus. We can't rid ourselves of viruses. So the antiviral medication doesn't quote unquote cure it. It doesn't get rid of it. It just allows it to heal faster, and it allows it to prevent replication, which keeps it dormant in our system. Just got through your first outbreak and it was incredibly painful. Lots of baths and meds. Yeah, baths are key. The antiviral should help. It does help speed up the recovery. So that is extremely helpful if you get that in your system soon. Again, I'm not a doctor, so if you have questions about medications, I do recommend reaching out to your doctor, healthcare provider, medical provider, and asking them about the antiviral. There's Valtrex, Valcyclovir, Acyclovir. There's a couple different ways you can go with getting an FDA drug to help with your outbreak. So there are a lot of options. Typically, a doctor is going to prescribe 500 milligrams if you're on it for the daily, if you're on it for the maintenance, if you're on it for the prophylactic. If you are getting outbreaks, they're going to recommend 500 in the AM and 500 in the PM. Typically, I have seen some that are offered, like the tablets are 400 milligrams. So it's like 400 milligrams 3 times a day. So you end up with 1200 milligrams in your system. Again, everyone's a little different. Everyone's doctor's different and everyone's insurance different. So it just depends on all those things. Is it painful for everyone? So I have an outbreak right now and I didn't even know I had an outbreak. I don't even realize a lot of times that I have an outbreak. I don't realize it a lot of times until I'm in the shower and until I just clean that area. I get mine in 2 locations. I get mine personally on my tailbone, which I would know if I had one on my tailbone, and then on my anal opening. And that's an area that I just don't come in contact with a lot throughout the day. And so it's only when I'm cleaning myself or I go to the bathroom. So it is common for people not to even feel them or know they have them. Mine are not blisters. Mine are more paper cut-ish type things. So outbreaks can look different. They can be one blister, they can be a cluster of blisters, or they can be like a paper cut. So a lot of times they get misdiagnosed because people think that oh, it's just a cut. It must be something. It must have been my thong or it must have been something else. So we get confused on that. How long has it been since my last outbreak? I have one right now. So I'm in it. I'm on it. And I know why I got one. So again, it's really important to understand why we get them and not just try to I don't want to get them, but understand what causes it. I can tell you exactly what caused it. I was at a conference Friday, Saturday, not Sunday, but then Monday. So I was at a conference all day. I'm an introvert, number one. So I was in a conference with thousands of people. And so all your energy sucked. So I didn't recover. Sunday was supposed to be a recovery day, but I had family over for dinner. So I had to make sure my house looked good. I was cooking. And then Sunday night, I indulged in a martini and then I moved to wine. And so when I woke up Monday morning, I was shot. Physically, emotionally, everything drained. And then I went again back to the conference. So that drained my body, that drained me. And so therefore I got an outbreak. Probably had I not had the martinis and the wine, I would have been just fine. Or if I would have taken Sunday to myself and centered. But these are things that happen. They're things part of life. It can be looked at as a good thing. Alexandra, you pushed yourself, therefore your body reacted in a way that you asked it to. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. I was pushing my body too much and therefore I got an outbreak. Do I remember who gave it to me? Yes, I definitely do remember. I remember it quite well. I know exactly where it came from. That is not typical though. So a lot of people like to finger point or blame or say, this person gave it to me. It is difficult to identify a lot of times where we got it from. So and the reason why is the herpes virus can lie dormant in our system for weeks, months, years, decades before it pops up, before it shows up as its first outbreak. So yeah, I know exactly where it came from because of being tested and things like that. You're on week 3 since diagnosis and still lots of GABA something. I don't know. Wait. Okay. And daily soaks. Yeah, so you're on some medication and daily soaks. Yeah, week 3, it should start to go away by now. Lysine is extremely helpful. This is what I take daily. I use this Lysine right here. It's Palmera Health. I don't know if this is showing backwards or whatever, but this is the Lysine I use. I do have it linked in my bio. You use the promo code LWH, you do get 10% off. Lysine is an essential amino acid. It's a protein, and this protein specifically helps block the replication of the herpes virus. It suffocates it. It helps our bodies recover. It helps our bodies fight the herpes virus. In fact, I need to take some right now. I'm not going to take it when I'm talking to you, but I'm going to get it out so I don't forget to take it later. So yeah, so I don't forget, because I will forget. Yeah, but Lysine is awesome blossom. The best. And this is the best company that I've come across. I have a lot of companies that approach me. I have a lot of companies that reach out to me daily that are like, hey, I have this great product for herpes. And I'm always like, no, you don't. This one is the one that I back, and this is the one that I personally use. So right here, Lysine. And it's super affordable, and the efficacy is awesome. The antivirals are lifesavers. Yeah, they do a really good job of making us feel better and speeding up the healing process. You were 28 when you contracted it from a girlfriend at the time. She was recently divorced. I was 28 too when I got herpes. Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, we get it. Unfortunately, it comes at a time when you're like, I can't take anything else, and then we get it. Do you have a recommendation for something to apply directly to the blisters? I do. I personally, so this is what you guys like the best. So I have the Secret Society wellness products here. This is what you guys like the best, and this is what I personally like the best. So this is the Rescue Balm. It is based with peppermint, eucalyptus, essential oils, and other natural organic ingredients, and it is very helpful with, I love the way it smells, but it's really nice to rub on, and it definitely helps with the healing and of the herpes outbreak. So you guys like this to apply directly to your outbreaks. And then this is the one that is personally my favorite. It's the Everyday Wellness Oil. So this has, it has tea tree oil in it. It has lysine actually in it. It has lemon oil. It has citrus oils in it. And I like to apply this directly to the outbreak. This is also great to pour into your bath if you want to pour it into your bath. And it's also great just for body oil. So there's lots of, has like multi-use. This is specifically for herpes outbreaks or muscles. So if you need, like you've worked out too much and your muscles are sore, this is really helpful too. It's a balm. This is like, you know, like a balm. This is an oil. It's all linked for you in my bio. You can shop, you can have fun with it. I personally just put this on before the call. So this is what I use. Not this bottle. I have my own bottle. All right. As far as you know, you never had an outbreak, or am I possibly not noticing it? So if you've never had an outbreak, that's very common. Most people actually will never have outbreaks. It's called asymptomatic shedding or asymptomatic, which means that you don't have symptoms. You have the virus, but you don't have symptoms. It means you picked it up somewhere along the line and your body, your immune system is doing an awesome job at preventing you from getting outbreaks. Now, just because you don't get outbreaks doesn't mean that you cannot transmit it. So you can still transmit the virus via shedding. So there's shedding that occurs like anything that's alive. It's the viral DNA wants to shed, rid itself. And when that happens, the viral DNA pops up to the surface of the skin, and at that point we are contagious. So do keep that in mind, that if you are someone that's asymptomatic and you think like, I don't need to disclose to a partner, unfortunately you can still transmit it, so you still need to disclose to a partner. Don't have this issue in private, but just lips on the other type. Oh, like oral herpes. You have oral herpes? Yeah, that's extremely common. It can still be transmitted to someone's genitals, so do keep that in mind. So once you have it, you can't be intimate as if you do, it will infect other people. No, you absolutely can be intimate. I'm married, I have a husband, I have a little boy. There's 80% of the population with herpes, and people are married and have relationships and all that. So no, it has nothing to do with being intimate. The difference is we need to disclose to our partner, and there's ways around it to protect your partner. So number one, I like to say, is communication. Communicating to your partner about that you have herpes, and communicating to your partner like, hey, I think I have an outbreak, or I feel like I have an outbreak. Number two would be using the antiviral. The antiviral is very helpful. I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe this to you. I can't suggest it. Do your own research, but the antiviral is FDA proven to help with that. And then I was saying 3, but now there's 4. Condoms work 30 to 50% of the time in preventing transmission. So they are also very helpful. Doesn't mean you always have to use one the rest of your life. Absolutely not. But it is something that if you want to do a little extra to prevent transmission to your partner, that can be really helpful. And then third, I would say Lysine. That's what I personally take. Lysine is really helpful in preventing the replication in your body. It helps. I personally feel it when I kick in, and it is great. So nice to feel like I'm not alone. Yay, I'm glad. Do I have recommendations? Wait, does alcohol cause outbreaks? Does alcohol cause outbreaks? I wouldn't say it's like a direct effect, like, oh, if you drink this then you'll get an outbreak. I would say that alcohol lowers your immune system. It also can interrupt your sleep. So if you're not sleeping properly, then your body's not recovering, and then you're getting outbreaks. So I wouldn't say like a beer or a glass of wine or a cocktail is going to cause an outbreak. I'd say a weekend in Vegas would, or I'd say, like my case, Sunday night, I had a martini and I had like probably 2 glasses of wine. And so I was feeling really good when I went to, like, I was on. So yeah, that definitely impact. And I didn't sleep well because then I'm up the next day at 5 because I have a little boy. I went to, the whole thing. So that for me causes it, but not like a glass of wine. Do you think people without symptoms should use antivirals? I can't recommend that. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I would say that if you're trying to prevent transmission to a partner, or if you're not in a relationship but you're dating and things like that, then probably being on the antiviral would be the safest way for you to protect your partner. Did I have outbreaks during my pregnancy? I did at the very end. I had a lot of outbreaks towards the end of my pregnancy as Clinton got bigger and got closer to the due date. I definitely did. All right, guys, I am going to go. I'm going to answer one last question, and then I'll see you tomorrow. So how long after exposure did you get your first outbreak? I don't exactly know, like, exposure, but I was dating a guy for about 6 weeks. We were dating for a long time. I was sleeping with a guy for about 6 weeks, and I got my first outbreak. So it could have been that weekend, it could have been, who knows, but within 6 weeks is when I got my first outbreak. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Please keep asking your questions. I will see you on the next video.